November is Financial Literacy Month in Canada, and we're going to talk about it with First Ontario's Dave Schurman on this Finance Friday. So, Dave, the idea started about 10 years ago. Is it working?
Yes, I think it is. I mean, there's a lot of indicators that show that. When Financial Literacy Month was created by the government about 10 years ago, they surveyed Canadians and found that many Canadians lacked the financial knowledge to make good decisions about money. So if you look back now, they continue to survey to track whether it's working or not. And if you look back just over the last 5 years, 4 to 10 Canadians indicate in surveys that their financial knowledge has increased from 5 years ago. 69% of Canadians that are not yet retired say that they are tracking now financially in order to plan better for retirement. The number of Canadians that say that they have a budget now and follow a budget is up 3 points from 5 years ago. So those are all really good indicators that our knowledge is increasing because we are making better decisions about our money.
One teacher making a big difference in Hamilton is Marta Gilchrist. She is the business studies teacher at Glendale Secondary School in Hamilton, teaching financial literacy to her grade 10 class. You've been a guest in her class. That must have been cool. And her students have sent in some questions for Finance Friday, and we want to make sure we get to all of them. So Phil Chabot, who is a Glendale student, asks, what happens when you don't pay your debts on time?
Well, Phil, great question. And also thanks to Marta Gilchrist for the great job she's doing in increasing financial literacy in kids, because it really does start at home and it starts in the schools. So Phil, not paying bills on time is not a good thing generally. One of the big factors that it will hurt is your credit score. And your credit score shows a lot about your reliability, and it may impact your ability even to get a loan in the future, to rent an apartment, maybe even take out a cell phone plan. So you want to pay those bills on time so you have a good credit score.
Okay, another student, Estella Doan, asks, if you have a part-time job and you just received your paycheck, what's a good amount to save? Good question.
Well, Stella, a good amount to save is absolutely the most that you can save. And this is a good exercise in budgeting. So whether you're a student with a part-time job or like us now, adults working full-time, pay yourself first when you want to save. So let's say you make $100 in your paycheck on a part-time job. Let's put something like $60 right away in your savings account, and then you've got $40 to spend. Start tracking that $40 and how you're spending it. You don't have to spend it all just because you have it. And then you'll get into that good habit of budgeting and paying yourself first in terms of saving.
And if you can put away, like you and I used to get paid cash in our first student jobs, right? So it's kind of tough to put that away.
What's cash?
I know. But now if you get it automatically put into another account where you don't see it, then that's going to be so much easier, right?
Yeah. So good
another student, Eshel Ali, has a great question. What are some ways I can save up for my post-secondary education?
Well, first, Ashal, good job in thinking about you. I know you're in grade 10 now, but good job about thinking about post-secondary. So whether it's college, university, trade school, our students really have to concentrate on thinking about what they're going to do after grade 12. So in terms of saving, RESPs, Registered Education Savings Plans, are a great tool. Not enough Canadians take advantage of it. In fact, it's free money because the government gives you a grant for every deposit you make up to certain maximums. So why would you not take free money to save for your education? In fact, for lower income Canadians, there's a Canada Learning Bond. All you have to do is open up an RESP account, and automatically the government's going to give you $500. And they'll even do it retroactively if you haven't opened it before, and give you $100 a year up until you're 15. So there's a lot of good ideas in terms of RESP. The other thing is, much like Estella, start saving as well in anything that you make, whether it's a part-time job, birthday money. Save as much as you can for post-secondary. And the last thing I'll say is, and people don't like to borrow, but students generally, most students will have to get a student loan. That's not a bad thing. Obviously, none of us want to borrow if we don't have to, but a student loan is a good thing. It's good debt because it's going to help you get a better job, and in the long term, you'll be much better ahead.
What great questions they have, yes. And if you have a financial question or topic you want covered by Dave, email your questions to financefriday@firstontario.com or get in touch through Twitter at @finance_Friday. And if your question or topic is covered on air, you can win a gift card from a local business in your community. And I know that we're going to continue on in our next Finance Friday with more student questions. So great job.
Thank you, Annette. Have a great weekend.
You too.